precious is because through our body we are able to reach this goal. That makes our body very, very precious. And not just all human beings, possess precious human body. That can be said. That is the fact. So I can say at least that you possess precious human body. Not everybody possess precious human body. Now I will explain one by one. Now, which are the 8 non-free states? Okay, we are not born as a hell being. We are not we are not born as a hungry ghost being in hungry ghost realms, and we are not born as a long living God, and we are not born as an animal. Because if you are born within these realms, like hell, there's so much of suffering, so many kinds of suffering, you know. And if you say hungry ghosts, you can't imagine the pain of hungry ghosts. Even a human being like us, if you miss a lunch or dinner, or even few hours, like you feel like almost you can eat the whole plate, you know. Not just the food, even you feel that you can eat the plate too. You know? Sometimes I do feel that. You know? And animal, they are always owned by someone. They are always owned by someone. They don't have a freedom at all. And as a human being, we have more freedom. Like animal, none of the animal has a freedom. So if you are born in these realms, you lack shamelessness. You lack shamelessness to others, and you are so occupied with all this, so you don't have a time to practice. You don't have a time to practice. There's no luxury of your time. Even human being, we can decide what we want, but still we are so busy. In Jakarta, yeah. And if you are born as a long living God, not because these beings suffer, they have so much of suffering. No, they have so much of enjoyment. They're everyday holiday. They're always in Bali, always in Hawaii, always in Thailand. So there's so much of enjoyment, and there's a very, very rare chance to practice, almost none. And the function of their consciousness are always interrupted. The reason because there's so much of enjoyment, so much of enjoyment. So that is not also good. See? That's also not good. Yeah. And sometimes suffering, we all hate suffering. Nobody loves suffering. But in Dharma perspective, suffering is something needed. Our gurus always say that suffering is in fact the blessing of Guru in disguise. Yeah? Because if you are, okay, I give you an example. If you are happy all the time, do you think you will remember to practice Dharma? No. If you think I'm enough, I'm rich enough, I'm famous enough, I have money enough, do you think you will think about Dharma? I think nobody will think. None of us will think about Dharma. So even though suffering is something we all hate, but suffering does have a good quality. Firstly, it helps us to renounce samsara. We feel samsara is not a place for us to live. Yeah? And also secondly, it will help us to not fully eradicate, but at least reduce our pride. And we also know to have a love and compassion, to share love and compassion with others. And finally, what is more important is we will be more mindful of not committing sin. What if I commit sin? I will have to pay the price. So in that part, in that sense, I think suffering is not something we should be hateful, you know. It is needed for some time. I go first. Now, okay, fourth. Barbarian is the fifth. If you are born as a barbarian, you don't have a chance to practice Dharma because you don't accept anything. You know, you are so, you lack wisdom, you lack understanding. What you do is always something sinful and harmful. You know, before Buddhism was brought to Tibet, barbarian. We don't accept Dharma, we don't accept good deeds. So it's like something like Genghis Khan, you know. I want to say Genghis Khan is not a barbarian. Not really. I mean, someone who always do something negativities, you know, someone who is always evil. And six, if you hold a wrong view, who disbelieves in law of karma, who do not believe in teaching of Buddha, advice of Buddha, and it becomes very difficult for anyone who has this kind of attitude, belief, to listen to Dharma and to practice, because you don't agree at all. You know, someone like what is his name, Devadatta, who couldn't see any good qualities of Buddha for 25 years, who only sees all the negativities of Buddha, even though Buddha never possesses any negativities, but always sees this. Yeah. And if you are born where there is no Buddha at all, and we are so fortunate, our aeon is not as auspicious because there will be 1,000 Buddha coming, you know. And if you are tired with Shakyamuni, you will be more tired because you're going to have a 996 Buddha coming. Yeah? 996 Buddha. So we are so auspicious. Our aeon is so auspicious because many other aeon there will be no Buddhas, no Dharma, especially Vajrayana, only in this aeon. So we are very fortunate. And finally, if you are born as a deaf, blind, and due to stupidity, you know, strong stupidity, we won't be able to practice Dharma at all. So when we are free from all these eight non-free states, that much our body is more precious. So we cannot inflict pain to our body. You know, our body is so precious. You know, because with this body we can reach something unimaginable, something that nobody has ever reached, Buddhahood. So it's so precious. Are you okay? You want to go with that first? No? Up to you. Okay, going now. Now, 5 personal endowment or circumstantial endowment. Do you remember that we discussed a few years ago? You all remember. Anybody tell me? Who can tell me which are the 5 personal endowments? If you can tell me, we will have a cup of coffee together. Or a little bit wine. Okay. Anybody? Okay, 5 personal endowments. Okay, come on. Or this side first. Okay, together. Even if you can remember half, then you can put together, make it one. Okay, come on. We have learned this a lot. I've seen someone shaking heads, so I don't know who was the one. Come on, fast. Time is running out. Okay.
Read the previous note and
No, just say it's inside the book. Right?
yeah.